I guess the thing, we were talking before the show. It's always like we are very much how does this affect the Leafs? How does this affect the Flyers? Sort of fan base. Is this the sort of gamble the Flyers should be taking with two young, unproven guys that do have draft pedigree? Like, if the Flyers took this gamble, how would you feel about it?
I think the way I'll answer that is I would cheer a gamble like this. I personally don't think I would have made this gamble, but that's because I'm not especially high on Broberg, nor like extremely high on Holloway. I liked him as a draft prospect. He hasn't done a ton since he's turned pro. I don't know if I would go for these two particular guys, but that's just my personal bias because I don't see it in Broberg. I never have. I didn't like him as a draft prospect. I just don't see the hockey IQ. But here's the thing. If you're a GM in the position that Danny Briere is in, and your pro scouts and Keith Jones maybe has inside information or something and says, these two guys, they're buried in this organization and they're going to be studs. Find a way to get them. And I'm trusting those guys. I'm going to be like, you know what? Yeah, do something like this. Get aggressive. Try to get these guys who I think can be top of the lineup studs that maybe just have gotten Owen Tippett in their organization. So I would like the thought process. I don't know if I would do it for these particular guys, but that said, if the pro scouts and Jonesy and Bradshaw,
I was gonna say, like, if Bradshaw comes up to GM Charlie O'Connor and is like,
I can make this guy into a number one.
This is
the guy.
I've been looking at this guy for 3 years. I think I can make something out of him.
Then sure. Then I would have no issue with being this aggressive. Look, the problem with this is that you're going to be overpaying, especially Broberg.
Of course.
But it's only for 2 years. And the Flyers, in theory, like these next 2 years, they're probably not competing anyway. You're only giving up, if these offer sheets aren't matched, you're only giving up second and third round picks. You're not giving up super prime assets. So I would have zero issue at all with a similar move to this. I just don't know if I personally would have made this specific move because I'm not super high on either one of these players.
I do love the term. That's what I think makes the money okay. Even if
you're only dealing with it for a couple years.
All right, you get to go into negotiation being like, bro, I overpaid you. Like, time to give a little back here. We're going to sign you to the exact same money. And if it works out, it works out. You have a great player. Cool,
exactly.
You pay him.
Exactly.
But you can always have that a little bit, that's why they let you go. It was way too much money. Now we're renegotiating. We'll see. But I do like the term also for the amount, yeah, man, you're going to have to overpay these guys in the years you're trying to re-sign McDavid and Draisaitl. It doesn't even extend longer than that. It's just these years where you need to figure out what your cap is. You're fucked.
Hey, you gotta be a little predatory with these. If you want them to work, you have to put the other team in a position where they have to make a decision they don't want to make. That's the only way they're gonna work. That's why when people on Twitter were freaking out this morning about, well, that's such an overpay for Broberg, it's like, well, yeah, that's how you make an offer sheet work.
Yeah.
You only are gonna win an offer sheet. You're only going to get the player if you overpay. That's because if you weren't, then why wouldn't the other team just match?
That's why the Flyers gave Chris Gratton $10 million up front, because Tampa Bay did not have $10 million on hand.
Yeah. Neither did Nashville.
Nashville didn't, but they had an owner who was rich enough to be like, all right,
I'll write the check.
Fine. All right.
We all silly like the mayor.